We're talking about knowledge of the future in movies, YouTube channel, Easter Egg Psychic. In this video, I'll cover actor Malcolm McDowell. He was in director Lindsay Anderson's satirical drama trilogy involving the films If in 1968, Oh Lucky Man in 1973, and Britannia Hospital in 1982. Actor Simon Ward also appeared in If. Helen Mirren and Ralph Richardson were in Oh Lucky Man. Actors Peter Jeffrey, Mark Hamill, and Alan Bates were in Britannia Hospital. He was Alex in Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange in 1971 with Patrick McGee and David Prowse. He was later in the time travel movie Time After Time in 1979 with David Warner and Mary Steenburgen. He was in the 7th Star Trek movie, Star Trek Generations, in 1994. Actors William Shatner and Patrick Stewart were in this. He was also in the PC video game Wing Commander 3 Heart of the Tiger and several other works based on Wing Commander with Star Wars actor Mark Hamill. Alright, so I took a look at Malcolm McDowell. I thought he may resemble actor George C. Scott and another actor, actress, or group from some movie, TV series, etc. I was less certain of. There's a scene in Oh Lucky Man where the prison warden tells McDowell's character he has eyes like actor Steve McQueen. I think, McDowell resembles McQueen to some extent. McQueen and Scott, these two were both in the 1956 drama Somebody Up There Likes Me, directed by Robert Weiss with Paul Newman and Pier Angeli. Alright, connections. Both George C. Scott and Malcolm McDowell acted in films by director Stanley Kubrick. Scott was Buck Turgidson, an American general in Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb in 1964. Peter Sellers, Sterling Hayden, Slim Pickens Tracy Reed, and James Earl Jones were in this. I think the presence of Jones may be a tip-off to the likeness of Scott and McDowell. The link is through Star Wars, the George Lucas science fiction film franchise. 3 actors played the iconic villain Darth Vader in the original trilogy. Jones was the voice of Vader. Prowse was the man in the costume. And in Return of the Jedi in 1983, we see the face of Vader, Anakin Skywalker, is portrayed by Sebastian Shaw. And I did another related video on actress Cindy Williams, who is in George Lucas's teenage drama American Graffiti in 1973. I think she also resembles Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell and George C. Scott share a link through film adaptations of the Stephen King horror novel Firestarter. They both played the main antagonist in 2 Firestarter films. Scott was Rainbird in the 1984 movie directed by Mark L. Lester, with a cast that included David Keith, Drew Barrymore, Heather Locklear, Martin Sheen. McDowell was Rainbird in Firestarter 2, Rekindled in 2002. This was a 2-part miniseries on the Sci-Fi Channel cable TV network. This cast included Marguerite Moreau, Dennis Hopper, and Danny Nucci. Another actor who I think McDowell resembles may be English actor Julian Glover. McDowell and Glover share a Star Wars connection. Glover was General Veers in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back in 1980, along with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Billy D. Williams. McDowell provided his voice for the Star Wars Rebels 3D animated TV series. This ran on Disney XD between 2014 and 2018 with Taylor Gray, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Vanessa Marshall. Connections between Julian Glover and George C. Scott. Adaptations of John Osborne's biographical play on the life of German priest Martin Luther. A 1974 film was originally planned to be developed by director Richard Fleischer and George C. Scott after the completion of The New Centurions in 1972. This had not come to pass. The project Luther was helmed by director Guy Green with Julian Glover as the night narrator. The cast included Stacy Keach, Patrick McGee, Matthew Guinness, and Judi Dench. My YouTube channel is Easter Egg Psychic. There I go back and look at movies and television from the past. I analyze these for possible references to future media. These may appear in the form of anecdotes, idioms, anagrams, hidden in the subtext of the work in question. I also use an unconventional method where I look at the likenesses of the actors. And what I found is you can take the likenesses, match these up to some of the anecdotal items, and show past, present, and future information about actors and other personalities who may resemble the personalities in the movie or television episode that you're watching. My email contact is eastereggguy, that's Guy, @yahoo.com. Thanks for watching.